Team comps here. Blue team has banned out Fizz, Jax, and Xin. A little surprised with the Xin and Fizz bans. Also, Jax is not as high priority on my list at the moment. Overall, I can't really judge them for the bans, but I think there's higher priority ones that they could have addressed, such as Lucian, who's very, very strong right now, such as Morgana, who's just a pain to deal with bot lane and invalidates a lot of picks. They also could have taken out things like Yasuo, although the enemy team did end up taking him out for you. There's just more consistent bans. Hell, even things like Evelynn in solo queue could be a good ban to consider. On the split side, they banned out Yasuo, Lucian, and Volibear. I'm not sure if the Volibear is a targeted ban, but I'm not sure what that's doing in there. That being said, though, you ban what you're worried about playing against. So, oftentimes, especially if I'm doing like a Smurf game or if I'm doing something like that, I will ban out weird champions just because I don't trust my team to deal with them. So, at the end of the day, the bans aren't that important. In terms of picks, they then have a Trist, which I'm assuming is Trist mid, a Malphite top, a Vayne Leona bot lane, I'm assuming, and then an Elise jungle. On the split side then, they have a Zed, which should be mid, a Lulu, which I'm assuming would be top, and then a Kog'Maw Thresh bot lane with a Pantheon jungle. Now, taking a quick peek at overall team comps, Blue team has incredible snowball potential. If that's an AD Trist or if it's an AP Trist, she's still going to be very, very effective. If it's AP Trist, she's going to dominate lane, roam, pick up kills for her team, and then kind of fall off. But at that point, you have a Malphite, a Vayne, and a Leona all comboing in order to carry the late game. If it's an AD Trist, then you just have crazy, crazy hyperscaling with a lot of safety to combo in on the AoE CC. So I actually really like Blue team's team comp. I'm not even really worried about the lack of an AP carry, assuming Tristana goes AD. And my reason is that Elise does magic damage, Vayne does some true damage, Trist does some magic damage, Leona does some magic damage, and Malphite does some magic damage. So while yes, if it's an AD Trist, there's not going to be an AP carry really, there's still a decent amount of AP damage going to come in here. Now, on the split side, this is very, very Kog'Maw reliant. It's also very Zed reliant. They're going to be reliant on Zed building up an advantage early and then being able to split push. I personally don't like Zed right now, but that's just my own opinion. He's still a fine champion, but you have to play him near flawlessly in order to pull him off. But in the meantime, they're going to have Thresh, Lulu, and Pantheon, who should be able to keep Kog'Maw relatively safe. But you're going to be playing that into a Malphite Leona, as well as an Elise, who can also do some engages. So it's going to be a real challenge to keep that Kog'Maw protected. I almost would have suggested something like a Braum if it wasn't banned, or a Morgana, in order to really keep them safe there. We'll see how they do, but I just have that slight doubt in my mind. Now, apparently every time I go into spectate mode, it kind of crashes out the match a bit. So, overall team advantage, I'm going to give to Blue side. I think their team comp is far, far more reliable, and I just like it better in terms of how they could play it. According to chat, it is going to be an AD Tristana, so their late game is going to be a monstrous success if they can survive the early game, and I think they will be able to. Zed's going to win because Blue team doesn't have an exhaust. I wish Leona would have taken an exhaust, honestly, to deal with the Zed, or she could have gone Ignite if they want to build up early advantages versus Cog. I really don't like double heal bot lanes, but to each their own. I'm not upset over it, I just think it could have been played better in terms of summoner skill choices. A couple questions coming in chat. First of all, how many workshop are planned for today? We're going to do probably 3 matches, depending on how many people we have signing up. 3 heals perfectly viable against Zed. It actually is. Like, unless Zed gets super, super fed, the exhaust won't matter. They can just disengage with like a Vayne Condemn, a Tristana ult, a Tristana jump, a Leona stun, a Malphite stun. They have so many stuns to shut him down in his combo. Is Janna a good idea for the Protect Kog'Maw comp? It is, but because Morgana and because Braum are so powerful in an organized team right now, in an organized team comp, I still think Janna is probably not the right choice. That being said, she would definitely work. You need to trust the rest of your team to deal enough damage, and you need to be picking it versus a dive comp. Janna would only be good if the enemy team was intent on diving them, and yes, Leona and Malphite are going to jump in, but Vayne's going to be kiting around the fight. Tristana's going to be kiting around the fight. Elise is probably either going to be in your backline or going to be peeling for her team. There's no assassin that's going to jump on top of Kog'Maw, unless you're considering Malphite an assassin, which I would be very surprised if he built full AP or AD or something to try and do that. So I really don't think Janna would have been a good pick in this team comp, but it is something to consider. Someone's asking if we'll do an EU or EU Northeast, or Nordic East or whatever it's called, if we find another streamer. Yes, we would love to do an EU workshop, but we need more people interested on the EU server, and we need a streamer to partner with on the EU server. So that way we have that contact and can have them help organize the matches. Now, if you guys have any other questions, we have a little bit of a load time still, so feel free to hit me up in chat, and I'll try and take care of those while we're loading in. Keep in mind, though, once the match has started, I'm not going to be able to answer as many questions. We're going to be focusing on this game rather than, oh, your solo queue game or whatever. So you need to get your questions in either before or after the game. Well, I think everyone's in the game because there's no questions coming in at all. In the meantime, we have loaded into the match. I'm just going to assume that it's Lulu top, but it could be something else. We never really know until they actually show up in lane. No, the room names did not change. P4N mid, P4N top, P4N jungle, P4N support, P4N ADC. So please make sure you are joined in those workshop rooms so that we can get you into the games after this match. Yeah, feel free to join up the rooms, but you need to be in them and ready to go when we're doing matchmaking. I would comment on the EU matches. Yes, I would be shoutcasting, but I need someone who can organize like the matchmaking, the just attracting players sort of side of things. We need to be able to partner with someone in order to have enough viewers on EU. Okay, so Leona actually playing this quite aggressively. I'm not 100% sure if they're going to invade. Oh, this could be good. Okay, so Leona started E. I would have liked to see her starting Q. Looks like they are in range. She goes in with the E. They get a lot of damage on it. Looks like Zed's not fully paying attention. They get the flash. So that's a win for them. That being said, if Leona started Q, she could have either flash stunned or walked up and tried to stun them, and that would have gone in their favor. They would have got that kill. I really don't like starting E on Leona, and that's why. Zed, I think I commented on this on a previous match. I want to see you starting Doran's probably. That being said, there's nothing really wrong with starting that longsword. Sorry, that's the item name. Looks like Malphite's going for the actual start with the flask. It's fine. He's going to need that mana sustain to survive through lane. He does have teleport to recharge that and make sure that his tower doesn't fall. So it's going to really be a war of attrition. If Lulu can poke him down, push him out of lane, then she should be able to get an advantage. If not, he's not going to have a problem surviving this. He's going to be able to scale up and be a dominant force late game. Now, I didn't actually watch the game where they did AD Trist mid, so I'm pretty excited to see how this boils down. Okay, some issues with your last hitting here. You definitely do want to be comfortable with last hits. You don't want to have any issue there. That being said, I do like you repositioning between your auto attacks to make sure that you're not just walking into his damage. So this is going quite heavily in favor of Tristana, which is what you would expect being a ranged versus melee matchup. Now, up top, Lulu trying to land some harass in, gets a decent amount of damage on, so good for her. And she does have experience advantage. She's going to hit level 2 significantly before Malphite. So I'm interested to see if they're going to be able to build up anything off of that. Down in bot lane, looks like minion advantage slightly over to blue side, probably just because of the Tarragon stacks being used. Level 2 engages are huge. They hit level 2 first on purple side, but I don't see anything coming out. Alright, I probably would have saved your hook there. You need to be able to flay them away from you when Leona tries to go in. You need to let Leona make the first move unless you've already cornered them. So that's then a flash advantage over to blue team. Good job for them. Up top lane, Lulu actually level 3 first. Still not really being able to pull off anything though versus this Malphite. With the buffs to early game Malphite, I do not expect him to have any real issues in this lane. Yeah, it's AD Trist. Alright, so in the mid lane we see a huge CS advantage going over to Trist. That's even with, we noticed earlier, a lot of CS being missed. So that's an indication that both of these mid laners need to work on their last hitting skills, Zed especially. If you're not confident versus a ranged opponent like that, you need to get confident. You need to watch your positioning, you need to be able to farm with your shurikens, you need to be able to find something you can do to stay even in this lane. Because this is going to go more and more in Trist's favor as we go through. Don't really like the teleport on Zed. I think he needs to go Ignite if he's going to have any effect. But in this case, it's allowing him to survive lane. Again, not landing his last hits. You need to work on that, please. No, I said he could go AP. I didn't say he was AP. I am streaming in colorblind mode, am I not? It should be. 1 second. Yeah, it is on colorblind mode. I don't know what you're talking about. I always use colorblind mode. Okay, so Elise is just sort of standing on top of a ward here. You don't want to do that. Either land your gank immediately or go off and farm. Alright, so Pantheon's actually trying to come around, but you already knew that Elise was there, so that seems an odd choice. Lands a good amount of damage onto Trist, but poor teamwork there. You need to be on the same page as your jungler, same page as your laner. Communicate. What's your play? Are you engaging? Are you just farming? And make sure that they're ready to follow that up. A lot of time being spent mid by Elise. I really don't like that. Go farm your jungle. Like, unless you can get in behind them and land that very, very quick gank, don't waste your time in lane. Just go farm. Colorblind mode just changes some of the colors. It's easier to see. Alright, so Trist trying to go in. Does not have level 6. Does not have Ignite. And the tick burns them down. Very good job. Alright, so they get the Pantheon Flash. Elise going in, landing a good amount of damage. She still has Flash. She's just going to walk away, though. Not able to land that. Up in top lane, significant CS advantage over to Lulu, but again, range versus melee, that's kind of what you expect to have happen. Yeah, I'm very unimpressed with Zed's gameplay so far. He needs to work on his champion mastery, just knowing your limits, knowing your damage, and making sure that you're landing your skill shots. So Leona, sorry, not Leona, Vayne is actually going for a W max. I know there's a couple Korean players who max W on Vayne. I am not a fan of it though. Maxing Q is my personal favorite because it gives you that burst damage to try and trade with. Honestly, I just don't see much point in maxing W unless you are flawlessly positioning, unless you're flawlessly auto-attack moving and getting auto-attack resets. It's just not going to give you as much of an advantage. Looks like... yeah, they're going to try and catch Pantheon out. So they have vision here, but they don't walk into the bush. Elise is coming around. Just poor communication there. I would have liked to see Leona moving in. At the end of the day, though, she lands the triple attack, she lands the stun. Great job, and that kill goes over to Vayne. Really, really nice teamwork there. And this is going to get you a blue buff as well. I would also like, after this blue buff, you have 4 people here, transition over into a free dragon, right? Why wouldn't you? Save your smite if possible. That was sloppy. Elise, you don't have smite, but you can execute the... just use your spider form Q. You let the blue go over to Leona instead. They wasted a lot of time on that blue buff and gave up dragon as a result. I mean, they can still get dragon later, but I don't like that. Maxing W if you go Blade of the Ring King first on Vayne. That is a fine option, but again, you need to be auto-attack harassing perfectly for it to be worthwhile. You need to be landing those triple attacks, and... I could be surprised. Maybe he's going to be able to just go channel his inner Gosu or something. But I just don't see that happening. I would max Q for reliable burst damage. Back in top lane, about 10 CS advantage over here. Malphite is staying in this, though, so I'm very proud of him for not getting bullied out, for not losing too many CS in this, even versus a ranged bully like our lovely Lulu here. Alright, so he's starting to pick up a little bit of CS here. He actually has not bought any items yet, even though he's died. It's a little bit surprising to me. You have your ult, you see your jungler coming in, you need to be on the same page. Same complaint as before, but I just want to restate it because it's so important. Alright, so then they re-engage on, Flash goes down, but the ult comes out from Tristana, picks herself up a kill. So good re-engage there from bot. I'm going to rewind and see what exactly set up this fight bot, but I can pretty much guarantee Leona just landed a stun. Alright, so Leona lands a stun onto the support. Vayne combos that in very nicely. That goes over to Leona. Very nicely played. I think Leona could have picked that up quite easily for herself, but at the end of the day, who cares? You got the kill. So Leona E is up right now. Landed it. Auto attack Q, auto attack. Well played. I like your resets there. Good job on Vayne. Now I want to see you push in this tower. Alright, so this is a fine decision, but Elise is low, and okay, she was going to respond. I was going to say she was a little far away for this, but knowing that both of their bot lane has gone back, this is a fine decision. It was just slightly risky with them being low health, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. A lot of damage coming out from Zed there. Wait, you had your E. Auto attack E, Q, auto attack, I think would have got him that kill there. So work on your combos with your champion. I think you just missed a free kill. Also, again, same complaint as earlier. Don't run teleport on Zed. Run ignite. You'll get yourself kills. Oh, he actually does get the kill. Let's back that up. So he does not have ult, but Trist potions up, decides to say, good placement of your shadows and good combo there. I like that. That being said, Trist should not have stayed. Alright, so Elise lands the cocoon. Very nice job. Follows up with that. Then you should switch into spider form. Don't use your repel there. You could have caught up using the Q. Use the Q to gap close, and then you can use repel to catch back up after the disengage. Yeah, so you just missed a kill there. I don't like that play. That being said, the rest of the combo was nice. Yeah, that's the thing I see a lot of Elise players doing. Save your repel. Don't use it as part of your engage. Nice Elise stun again. She's a little low on mana though, so she's not able to combo in on it. If I were her, I might have waited just a little bit longer to try and see if Trist could get in position. If Trist was there, you probably could have landed that kill. I mean, Trist has damage. I really like Trist mid. I should probably try playing it at some point. I'm a little slow on switching over there. Sorry, guys. Alright, so Leona's up in River Bush. Thresh tries to go aggressive. I don't know why you're positioning there. You're just tanking free auto attacks. So Leona comes in, charges the shield, gets a very nice E on. Auto attack, Q, auto attack, nicely played. That was one of my complaints in the previous workshops, where they didn't use their triple attack. Nice condemn, Pantheon coming in, and that kill is going to go over to Vayne. Now, Pantheon's here, lands on to Vayne. Thresh needs to stay in position there. He had his ult, and he still has his exhaust. So use your ult right now. Ult. Ult. Okay, maybe not. You have your flash. Flash forward, flay back, ult. You just gave up a free kill. Okay. So he has his flash, he has his ult, he has his flay, his hook was coming off cooldown. Pantheon's in range. Pantheon does plenty of damage. So, flash forward, flay backwards, auto attack, ult, then Q them back in, would have been a free kill. In the meantime, let's go check out that Zed kill. I'm pretty sure, yeah, he's just overstaying. So, uses his shadow, and because his shadow's down, it leaves Trist free to engage. That's exactly what you'd expect to happen. So know your limits, please, and don't overstay. Alright, looks like Pantheon's going to be able to defend mid. Not able to land his hook bot. Alright, so now that Vayne is here, Thresh should be able to land a hook onto Vayne, pull her back in, then flay her out of tower, drop ult, and Kog'Maw in the meantime should be able to combo in on that. That being said, the ult is coming up on... Ooh, nice gank actually, I didn't see that coming. Okay, so Trist in range, gonna be able to pick that up on Vayne. Nice play. Dragon's not up for a while, so I don't need to worry about that. Back in top lane, they land the double gank onto Lulu. She does not have her ult up. Every time I look top, though, they're just a little bit scared to go in. Elise, you have your skills up. Why not finish that off? Flashing into tower, Zed picks up the kill, bounces back to his clone. Nice play. Just a reminder, you do need to be following in order to qualify for the giveaway. I don't see anyone who's not following at the moment, but just as a reminder. You should pick a champion that you're comfortable with, but at the same time, that doesn't mean you have to pick your best champion. But going into it with just not knowing how the champion works, there's going to be so many just like nitpicky things that you could easily fix on your own in like 2 games in a normal, right? We're here to help you fix your gameplay. If you've never played the champion before, then our advice is kind of wasted because you could have just played like 2 normal games. And Trist picks up the kill. I think Zed could have played that a little bit better. Let's just rewatch that in slow-mo. I want to see what is hit, what is not. So, auto attack. Auto attack. You're not using your E. You jump in. Yeah, okay. You need to auto attack E, alt away, then use your Q. There's your Q, okay. Why aren't you alting him away? Oh, you don't have mana, right, okay. So you blow your heal. You don't have vision here, so standing on top of the clone is not what you want to do. He didn't E when they were standing on top of clone. You could do double damage there. E, back away, then use double shuriken back onto him, flash on top and auto attack to finish it off, is what I would say for Zed there. Although Tristana did play that sloppily. It was misplaced from both of them, so I can't really say too much about it. Alright, at least landing some decent damage. Spiderling's going in. You probably don't want this. Yeah. Still good job pushing him out. Dragon's up in a minute 20. I don't remember which team took it. Yeah, honestly, Trish should have probably just poked him out of lane rather than trying to go all in, because it was a dangerous move. That being said, if you're confident you can outplay your opponent, that wasn't a bad decision by any means. So we see Zed trying to come in onto bot. Oh, no. He goes in, but then just kind of backs right back out. His ult's not up for 5 seconds. I would probably delay that, right? Why fight when you don't have your ult? Wait, Zed's building it. No, don't build those attack speed items, please. He should probably be going for Cutlass into... You haven't seen Zed build in a while. I'd probably say Cutlass for the lifesteal slow, and then immediately after go... Why not go Brutalizer? Yeah, Cutlass Brutalizer is what I'd say. And then you can finish up your active items after. Are you actually giving that over to Zed? I would not. I would take it on Pantheon. Not sure why you're there. Oh, just to protect him against counter jungle, I guess. So Trist is roaming up. I did not see any pings myself, but maybe that's just me being a little bit slow. So Trist, you want to stay in front of him and then ult him back away from his tower. Alright. A little bit sloppy there. You're going to get the kill at the end of the day, but that was poorly played. Let me show what should have happened. I hate this client. It's so hard to use. Okay, so Tristan is coming up. Okay, so position here, ult back towards your team, or if you're not going to do that, ult right here. Boom. Push him away, push him away. Instead, you let him flash past you. And now you can't get in front because of the jump. Your ult is on a low cooldown. Don't save it. Really don't like that decision. I really, really don't. So bot lane, blue team is able to secure a dragon again because of pushing them out. Let's rewind that, but I can pretty much guarantee it was just because of that dive. This kill that Zed gets is 100% set up because of that misplay on Tristana just 2 seconds prior. That kill goes over to him. His shadows are already used, and you don't have flash, so you're not going to be able to catch Malphite out. I wouldn't use just I would not have used the shadows to catch up to Triss there. She wasn't running away. You have the pink ward, so you can see if she moves out of the way. Save it for here, so that you can ult onto him, hit once or twice, bounce back to your clone, catch Malphite out as he tries to cycle back to his lane. That's what I would have suggested. Pantheon, little bit caught out here. Just barely gets out because of the Panth ult. Now he's not going to be able to do anything here, yeah. Ooh, nice hook, actually. That can definitely turn the fight. Nice ult. Yep, that's exactly what you want to do. Vayne does flash out of the ult. Pantheon stun just coming up. Not going to be able to catch up to Vayne, though. So, nice play. I like that. Hey, Neighborly, welcome back. Alright, so the jump goes over. That's just the control that they have over the map. The ward, I really want to compliment the blue team warding right now. They have vision on everything. This is gorgeous. Like, holy shit, dude. Nice job. I really want to give props to this mad map control. It's not as though purple team is slacking by any means, but, like, the blue ward's everywhere. Yeah, both teams are doing a really good job of map control, and I love it. Alright, Tristana, I'm not sure if you're giving this... I would give the blue buff over to Malphite. Looks like Zed's going to try and come in. Let me log on to you. Alright, just able to jump out. Malphite goes in. Zed ult drops down. Elise. No, he doesn't have Cocoon. Okay, so that's actually going to be a kill onto Malphite. But they're going to return around, and the kill goes over to Trist. Trist jumps in, has the red buff. Your attack speed starts coming up in 3 seconds, and your flash is up. Yeah, he's definitely going to get that. Doesn't need to flash even. Nice play there. Good thresh hook. Pull into tower. Aggro's on. Vayne's going to be able to pick up a double kill here, though. Nope, doesn't trust herself. Okay, so Vayne, all you needed to do was auto-attack the one target, tumble forward, auto-attack thresh, and you're good to go. Your support's already tanking the tower, and you have heal up, so there's no risk to that play. Hell, even right now, you could tumble forward, condemn him into the wall, heal, auto-attack. You'll be sent the code after this game. It'll be sent to you as a private message. Alright, Pantheon coming in, trying to get onto Trist. Trist has ult up, has flash up. The decision to fight at that close range, though, is a little odd. It's also odd that Pantheon's just sort of standing there rather than killing him. Alright, so that was a significant misplay on both. Let's rewind that. Okay, so you have your Q. You need to be walking towards him to auto-attack, though. I don't know why you're walking away when he's at that low health. Tristana, why are you not pushing him away to cancel out his 1000 Spear Strike or whatever it's called when he used it earlier? Now you're just both walking back and forth rather than auto-attacking each other. Pantheon auto-crits. He has his Q up right now. He has his flash up right now. Flash auto-Q if you really have to, and you have the kill secured. So I don't know what's going on there, but you need to fix that. That's misplays on both of your parts. And then Vayne comes in, gets the kill for herself. Tristana cycling around, gets taken down. Oh, no, actually. Nice jump. Zed does not have ult. Does have Blade of the Ruined King. I'm not sure why he's not using it. There it goes. A little late on the Blade of the Ruined King. You could have easily secured that kill for yourself, and instead you waited a little bit too long, and now no one gets the kill. Again, Twitch private message is how you should be contacting us if you have a message to send. Alright, Malphite trying to engage on top. Polymorph goes down. This lane, I'm very sorry for not focusing more on this lane, but all I can really say is, okay, Malphite's not CSing well. This has gone massively in Lulu's favor at this point. That's kind of what you expect. So Malphite, you need to be roaming around using your teleport ganks with your ult. but there's just not much to say in this lane because no one has the kill potential. Let's rewatch that. I want to see what happened with Pantheon. Wait. Alright, so the ult goes down. Gets the first kill with the ult. Nice flays and stuff by Thresh, and they just good teamwork on both of their parts. Not really worth watching there. It was just he ulted. Good WAP awareness. I'll give him that. Alright, so Trist. Oh god, let me click you, please. Alright, so they pick that kill up very nicely. Again, Trist, you have your ult. Push them back towards the tower. Treat it like a Lee Sin kick, please. That being said, good job. I like this decision. Siege this tower. Just take it down. Malphite could honestly tank this for you if he needs. Yeah, well, Malphite was doing a good job of keeping into the game in CSW's early game. It's really just not the case anymore. So he needs to find a way to farm his way back in. Whether that's taking jungle camps, whether that's split pushing other lanes, whether it's teleport ganks, something to get himself in. Alright, so actually send 3 top. Zed's coming around. You still have your ult. The cocoon lands on. Ult away from your... Alright, so you needed to ult away from Malphite. That being said, Malphite's gonna live anyways, so good job. But you can pretty much fully cancel out Zed's effectiveness by pushing him away when he ults. As soon as he comes out of ult, just boom, push away. Alright, I like the counter jungle. Good job. And minions have taken the tower bot lane. So gold is quite heavily in blue team's favor right now, even though the Malphite's just having some problems. So they need to push that. They have the better scaling team, they have the better team fighting team, and you're 10k up or 9k up in gold. So force some advantages right now is what I want to see. Ult away. Standing that close is asking to get yourself polymorphed and ulted. So not a good decision there. That being said, just playing that slightly better would have made that work. I would have probably walked forward, auto attack, jump in front, push back, E, auto attack, and you probably would have got it. But he took some turret shots, and he went a little bit too close, so therefore the knock-up caught him. Alright, so Pantheon a little bit caught out alone. Tries to go in onto their jungler, and immediately gets taken down. Don't fight when you don't have a chance to win. That's really my only comment there. Alright, and they can take down this tower quite quickly. And then cycle over to Dragon. They might actually be... No, don't go for the Kog'Maw. He's going to be out in time. I just saw a lot of pings going down there, so I was a little worried. Good job on taking Dragon. Just continues to build up your gold advantage. Okay, so Tristana, you're caught between 4 people here in sort of a diamond pattern. I would wait for your team to show up instead of just going in ham. Like, he might get this kill, but it's still a poor decision to do that in my eyes. Malphite goes in, they get the kill. Pantheon then goes in a little bit alone. Zed still has not responded to this fight. Nice jump out of the passive there. Good job. So Malphite still has ult. Elise is coming in. Ult right here. Boom. Ult. Ult. Alright, so you just let your ally die. If you ulted immediately... Yeah, see, that needed to happen about 10 seconds earlier. You would have saved your ally and got a double kill for your team. That being said, they're still going to be able to clean it up. It was just sloppy play. I would like to see that addressed in future games. Zed just trying to back out. Leona going in. Your team's not in position. Malphite does not have ult to follow up. That being said, she's tanky enough. It doesn't really matter. I want to see this Tristana staying with team and sieging objectives and towers. Tristana shreds towers with her crazy auto attack range and using her Q. Let's just fast forward this a little bit. This team, blue team just sort of needs to siege an end. Oh, Trist. Little bit caught out here. I don't know why you keep going back in on this. Like, you're going to be fine, but you need to wait for the team. So he's baited them in, kept them there long enough. Malphite ult coming up in 2 seconds. You want to ult right here. Ult. You're in range. I know you're in range. Okay, well, they don't go in on that. That's fine. Alright, alt right here. Good, he catches the Kog'Maw. That's exactly what needs to happen. Oh, Triss gonna be taken down though, it looks like. Oh, there it is. I was gonna say he lives, but not really. It's a little bit too close on on Trist again, but they get the Kog'Maw. Vayne is now here with red buff. Alright, so flashing away just because you're a little bit too close. That could have been saved by just slightly better positioning. Doesn't really matter though. Alright, so Vayne way too close. That being said, why didn't you flay him? You were in range to flay Vayne back into your team. You could have then ulted to follow up, and then your Q would have been off cooldown in a couple seconds to chase in. Now, let's just see how they play this chase. The Leona heal goes down. Pantheon's trying to ult in, but it's going to be a little late, I think. 1, 2, there it goes. You're not going to be in range to catch Vayne, though. Lulu's in range. The hook goes down. They catch out Malphite. Leona goes back in. Zed little bit low. Lulu ult goes down. Trist, why are you jumping into the middle of the team? You could stay at max range and just auto attack, and would have got yourself possibly a pentakill. Now, Vayne's here, got the Ghost Blade. Boom. One more auto attack. Q this way. No, gonna get hooked by the Thresh there. And that's a very nicely played team fight for Purple Team. But honestly, it was set up by poor play from Trist and Vayne. Let's rewind that, actually. Okay, so they land the hook onto Malphite. Not the ideal target, but it works. Lulu, I want to see you polymorphing... yeah, it's 5-second cooldown, so you're not going to be able to. But I would have liked to see polymorph saved for Tristana. Tristana, just auto attack right from here. Auto attack, hit Thresh or whoever. Activate your Q, stand slightly closer. If you're going to jump here. You don't need to jump on top of them. Vayne also being a little bit cautious to join this fight. She needs to walk up and be in this sort of position. Tristana walks in and then just walks away. He doesn't attack between movements either. So Vayne tumbles forward to try and go into Kog'Maw, where she could have instead been focusing closer, safer targets to hit. Now her Q and her flash is out. Flash to the side to dodge the Thresh hook. You see it winding up. Doesn't react in time and gets taken down. She could have flashed over here, auto attack, tumble backwards, auto attack, and then had her condemn back up by then. So there you go. I analyzed that to death, but it just bothered me that that wasn't played a little bit smoother. Apparently Vayne has to leave. I saw her say something in chat about it. If it's a one-time thing, it's not the end of the world. That being said, if you're going to play in these games, you should be dedicating at least an hour. If it's a 60, 70-minute game, you shouldn't be saying, oh, I didn't think it would go this long, right? Don't sign up if you can't play them. I'm not raging it, I'm just saying that's our general rule of thumb. Alright, so I'm just looking for an opportunity for them to engage. They catch out Pantheon. Pantheon should not have been there. Ooh. Malphite all onto one target seems a little odd. I'd be saving that for Kog'Maw. You have vision on Kog'Maw. Malphite can go through. Not going to be able to land. Oh, flash slow. Okay, good job. Now Lisa's going to land the cocoon around from the side. Her cocoons have been on point this game. I'm quite happy with them. That being said, the rest of her gameplay could definitely be improved. But the cocoons, good work. Yeah, blue team has had about 10 different opportunities to end the game right now. And that's what they need to be focusing on doing. Pantheon trying to ult in behind. But if you look at your team, who's going to follow that up? Lulu's way back in tower. Thresh is way the hell back in tower. You do get the kill onto... Ooh, not going to land that. That tower going to just finally pick up the kill there thanks to Lulu. So, I mean, that wasn't a bad play, but I would have pinged it and communicated it a little bit more efficiently with the team. Thresh hook not quite off cooldown. Thresh has exhaust and alt. Exhaust Trist. There you go. Now, flay backwards once it's off cooldown. Hook through here. Oh, no, you stood in front of a minion. Okay, now throw your hook. Hook. Wait a little bit too long. Okay, now flay backwards. Why isn't he flaying? Okay. You don't want to save your flay like that. Flay before hook if you can. If you're in range, just flay them. Boom. Flay them into your team. So now Trist is going to get away. A sloppy play on Thresh there. I wish that would have gone a little bit smoother. Also don't like the build coming up from Malphite. I don't like Leandry's on him. If you want AP, go like Sunfire and Abyssal Scepter or something. Alright, so they're going to take Dragon over themselves. Gold lead has not really changed in the last while, and now that Vayne is gone, it's going to continue going back towards purple side. Nice hook, but you're just baiting out that Malphite ult onto your own team. Alright, so heal goes down from Kog'Maw, cutting back quite effectively. Leona getting hooked. Elise comes down. Elise should get taken down by Lulu right here. Kog'Maw landing a lot of damage in. Auto attack Q. Not using your Q. Okay. That's fine, but generally you want to use your skills between auto attacks. So for example, auto attack Q, auto attack, and then you could like use an alt between auto attacks. Although I think the alt might have been a little bit too long of a wind up to justify. Tries for the flash hook, but just jumps away. Still, the hook was on point. I'll give him that. Triss being able to pick up some farm bot lane. Now they're on to the base. Using your jump, though, is going to get you killed. Yeah. If I could give one comment to Tristana, stop using your jump offensively. Use it defensively. It's for retreating, repositioning, or chasing. You don't use it on top of people outside of laning phase. That's my biggest complaint in her gameplay so far. So this is just the wombo combo coming out from purple team. Blue team is not organized enough to land that fight, and they know that they're 4v5, so they need to be avoiding fights that they can't easily win. Cog tanking tower, Lulu tanking tower, Cog tanking tower. That really needed to go on to like Pantheon or something. Oh well. They're going to be able to escape. I like their decision to back out rather than overstaying. Alright, red goes over to Cog. And blue team's going to respond by taking Baron for themselves. Good decision. Alright, so they land the nice engage there. Triss, again, stop jumping in offensively. Oh my lord. Alright, and they're not able to get onto Kog'Maw as a result. That was unfortunate. They land the one kill, but I mean, Thresh is not a priority target right here. Cog is. So what needs to happen here is that purple team needs to set up some split push. I would say send Zed top. He's not been doing that well this game, but he can push waves very effectively. And he can duel some people if they show up. So I want to see Zed pushing in top and 4 people pushing in bot. Threat of that on the team right now. Ooh, I like the Lulu trying to collapse in behind. Triss landing a lot of damage here. Lulu then shows up. Lands a lot of damage, not quite able to land the kill, but it's enough to push him out. That then secures a free dragon for themselves. Leona not quite able to get in onto Kog'Maw. Little bit too close on Zed again. Lulu using her ult. I might suggest to Lulu, and this isn't me insulting Zed, but I might suggest she save her ult for actual priority allies, because Zed has not been playing overly effectively. Now, Pantheon jumps in, lands his stun onto Elise. Now, we have the polymorph onto Leona rather than onto Malphite. So then Malphite interrupts the combo coming in from Zed. Yeah, not able to connect on Leona either. This is a little bit sloppy from blue team. Like, blue team should have been able to go at least even in this fight. Instead, it's just going to go massively in purple team's favor because they're not focusing targets down properly. They need to focus one target after the other, and that's actually going to be 3 for 0. So very nice job picking that up, but that could have easily have gone a different way if they focused a little bit more effectively. Alright, so as a result, they're going to be able to end the game here. Oh, Inhib, of course, respawns right then. Nice hook, not going to be enough to save Pantheon, though. Goes in, lands the auto attacks, hit Lulu. Close enough to you. You had enough time to get at least 2 more auto attacks on Lulu. Might have been enough time to land a kill, or you would have been able to recombo in. Alright, so Zed takes over the inhib, and looks like he's going to get the back door too. Nice! So that's one of the things you want to keep an eye out for. If your base is open, you can't just blindly push. Alright, so Malphite is here to defend, and he's gonna take him down. Good response from Malphite, I really like that. Purple team just comboing in one after the other as blue team tries to defend their base. I like them taking advantage of not only the numbers advantage, but the map awareness advantage that they have right now. Saying, hey, Malphite's going back, they're all trying to recall, chase them down and kill them. I've commented on that in his previous builds. Don't go blow both of those items. I already commented on his build a number of times this game, but we'll go over it in the post-game. Alright, so we see the final push coming in here. I would expect it to be the final push anyways. I'm not able to land onto Trist. Honestly, you should probably just save your hooks for after you've used a Flay. That way they're slowed. And then the day, who cares though? Kog'Maw gets a lot of damage on. Attack the Nexus. Attack the Nexus. Good job. Awesome game, everyone. A lot of back and forth. It's very, very unfortunate that Vayne did have to leave. Please don't do that in the future. But at the end of the day, a lot of back and forth, and I really enjoyed watching that game. So we're going to go over a couple of the item builds, a couple of strategies that could have gone differently here, and then we're going to start into the next workshop. If you guys would like to join the next workshop game, if you'd like to be one of the players, make sure that you're in the chat room so that we can invite you. Unfortunately, Rod's still not on to shoutcast. Okay, so final item builds, a lot of tankiness coming out from Elise. I'm not sure what the current standard build is on her, but I think, do you not still build one magic pen item on her? Like, I know she has source boots, but I don't know, I've seen some other people build different items on her. I don't think I'm qualified to really comment on it, though. Now, Vayne went a little bit cocky with her build. Went Blade of the Ruined King with Ghost Blade and then a Scimitar for self-cleanse. It's not the worst build ever, but I think she could have built it a little bit more efficiently. That being said, Ghost Blade isn't that bad on Vayne. It's not a standard build, but if you're using the active effectively, and she was maxing W, that attack speed and move speed can be used to very good effect. It just boils down to how she wants to play it. On Tristana, I would have liked to see no double lifesteal item. You don't need to. You don't need to. She could have finished up her Phantom Dancer. A lot of doubling up here, actually. Okay, screw that then. You have 2 attack speed items. You only need 1 because you have your Q. You're going to go over your attack speed cap. Hell, you have 3 attack speed items. You have you have Static Shiv, you have Azeel, and you have Blade of the Ruined King. You're so overloaded on attack speed. I really don't like that. I also don't like the overload on lifesteal. I want to see a Last Whisper in there, because you are dealing with... There's some armor on the enemy team. Last Whisper would have been far, far more effective, I think. Leona... standard build. I really prefer Talisman myself, but that's going to change next patch anyways, so her build is fine. I like the decision to go Locket, because there's some decent AoE coming out from the enemy team, and it just gives you that little bit of magic resist that... Like, the rest of your team is stacking armor, so the bit of magic damage that is coming in, having Locket, having the active on it as well as the passive on it, it's not the end of the world. I quite like it. Now, Malphite, I commented in the game, I'm not a fan of Liandry's on him. I would have preferred, if you want to build some damage, why not go for a Sunfire and an Abyssal Scepter? Reduce their magic resist and then deal damage per second to people near you and get that little bit of AP. I think it would have been slightly more efficient. Now, that being said, doesn't really matter. The second reason I don't like Liandry's is, who's stacking health on the enemy team? No one. Right? There's no health stacking on the enemy team. It would be different if they had a whole bunch of, like, Volibear, Nasus, Singe, someone who's building quite tanky, then having the percentage health damage is useful. But in this game, I just don't like it that much. Now, Pantheon, very, very aggressive build. I would prefer to see at least one defensive item there, such as a Banshee's Veil, so that you're not getting cancelled out as soon as you're jumping in. Yeah, that's really all I have to say about that. If you are going for an offensive build, this is pretty standard, so there's that. Kog'Maw, I'm not sure if you build Trinity Force on Kog'Maw, do you? You'd build Infinity Edge. I don't like Trinity Force on him at all. Like, at all, at all. I would have gone Infinity Edge, Blade of the Ruined King, Last Whisper, or Phantom Dancer. Yeah, probably Phantom Dancer. I don't know, I just really don't like the Trinity Force there. I think you need that early Infinity Edge, and then the standard combo with Infinity Edge for attack speed, crit chance, blah, blah, blah. Zed, I really didn't like the double attacks, the double lifesteal items. I would have probably said get your Cutlass into your Brutalizer, then finish up your actives after that. You don't need that many actives, sorry. You don't need that many actives, you don't need that many lifesteal items. Also, we had some comments in your place, so I would suggest watching back the video. Leona, super tanky, pretty much what she needs to build. If you're going to build that tanky, why not build like a Sunfire Cape? I don't know what your masteries are, but you might be overloaded. Yeah, you're definitely overloaded in CDR. You have 10, 30, 40, 50% CDR there. Don't overload your CDR, please. You need to be counting how much you have. So yeah, don't build the Frozen Heart if you're going to build for like a Crucible or something. I'm assuming that was building into. Don't build Frozen Heart. In that case, build something like Sunfire or Randuin or Banshee's Veil. So yeah, that's my biggest comment there for Thresh. Lulu, I would like to see a Death Cap. Like her utility scales so well with AP, and her damage scales well with AP, that I'm a little bit confused as to why she went Randuin's. That being said, she played quite well, so I don't really have that many comments. Alright, so we're going to move on to the next game here. Please make sure you're